The countdown to the February 16 presidential and National Assembly elections and the March 2nd gubernatorial elections, where applicable, and state assembly elections continues. The question is, how is the voters being educated and prepared to get ready for the elections? What are the roles, or what are the agencies that are responsible to do this? Who are the stakeholders involved? And as well, and how are they getting ready to make sure that the people are empowered to become part of this process? I have joining me in the studio to look at voter education and enlightenment, Dr. Charles Nwoji, Director, National Orientation Agency, Anambra State. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
And also have Mr. Leon Nkedife, Head of Voter Education and Publicity, Independent National Electoral Commission, Anambra State, also here.
Thank you.
Good morning. So I have the representatives of the two core agencies responsible for these elections here. Let me start with you. INEC is the main agency in charge of elections in Nigeria. Other ones are to help see to a peaceful process. Can you tell us how ready you are for the elections?
How
ready you are for
Thank you very much.
February 16 election?
Like you rightly pointed out, INEC is the body charged with the conduct of elections. But let me equally put it that INEC is not alone in the business of conduct of elections. There are other stakeholders that make the process correct. To answer your question, I can say that we're almost ready for the elections. I can authoritatively say that we are 85% ready for the elections. So everything is being done to make sure that they come February 16th, the presidential and National Assembly elections will be conducted. Similarly, on the 2nd of March, we will probably conduct the gubernatorial state houses of assembly elections. We are ready, and we are working hard to make sure that everything is ready before the D-date.
All right. Before we move to the main topic of the day, I still want to ask. There are insinuations in some quarters that INEC, some time ago, I think in November, INEC said they are not going to use incident forms in these elections. But people are beginning to say that there are plans by INEC to reintroduce incident forms in the 2019 election. What's the situation of things?
By and large, we are not going to use incidence forms. I can assure you of that. If there are incidences during accreditation, because that is where the issue of incidence forms come into play, we've mapped out new strategies of taking care of that. Assuming you come with your PVC, the smart card reader verifies and authenticates your person and your card, and your name is not in the register. We are not going to use the incidence form to record it now. The whole thing is now inbuilt in the voters register. There is provision where you will now tick your name, write down your name, your phone number, and then you will be given ballot paper to vote. So we've taken care of, I can assure you, we are not going to use incidence form this time. There are other measures put in place to take care of incidences that might arise during the election.
What are those measures?
That is what I've given you one. Assuming you come with your permanent voter's card, the smart card reader verifies and authenticates the card, but your name is not in the register. We will now put down your name in the voters register this time around. There is a provision for that. There is provision for that. And then you write down your name, we take down your particulars, your phone number, and then you will be given ballot. You go and vote. And then where the smart card reader fails to authenticate you,
when your name is in the register.
Where your name is, you will probably note it in the voters register this time around, and go ahead and give you the ballot paper.
So there won't be issues of whether the figures tally actually when you have such arrangements.
There won't. Mind you, the smart card reader must at least verify your permanent voter's card. Maybe it fails to authenticate your fingerprint. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So it is recorded that in the smart card reader that you have been verified. Get the point? The rest of the job will now be done on the register.
Okay, the commission says on January 7th they will publish the name, they will publish the register. Have you done enough to mop up the register? There were stories the other time that the names of dead people that have died, and other names were still on the register. How have you gone in mopping up that register before publication on January 7th?
We call it cleaning of the voters' register. Okay. We've gone very fine that. In fact, everything about the register is already concluded. So we've done a marvelous job as far as the voters' registers are ready. And we've cleaned up the register. Mind you, from November 6 to 12, there was a nationwide cleanup and display of the register of voters, during which such claims and objections were entertained. We've gone further, you know, on our own, even though people didn't come out to tell us that this person is dead or that person. On our own, we did some investigations, and we were able to gather some names, submitted it to Abuja, and they have done the necessary by cleaning up the register. I can assure you that the registers we are going to use for the election is going to be as perfect as, near perfect as possible.
Okay, let's wait for January 7th. As we wait for that date, Dr. Woji, the National Orientation Agency has been engaged in enlightening the masses on the processes for the elections. Can you tell us what you've done so far in that process?
Okay, thank you. You know, as is usual with every election, before 2, 3, 4 months before the election, the agency engages itself in a robust sensitization exercise as to the election and as to the role of the electorate. And for this forthcoming election, 2019 general elections, we started in October in voter education of the electorate in the 3 senatorial zones. The last one we held before the year ran out last year was at Newi, which we call the flag off, the senatorial flag offs. This year, between the 7th, that's next Monday, and the 14th, there's going to be a flag off in each local government headquarters. Between that 14th and 15th of February, we will target the communities. So it's a phased out something. We commenced October last year. Monday next week, that's the 7th, we will begin the flag offs in the local government at the local government headquarters, followed by the community.
So this flag off is targeting every member of the community, or is it still ceremonial, basically?
It's not ceremonial. We conduct the exercise in the local government. It tells the local government, the citizens in the electorate in the local government to expect a visit from the agency in their localities. So we have 21 local governments in Anambra. 7th to 14th, so it cannot accommodate the entire thing on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So there will be simultaneous conduct of this exercise in all the local governments. So there may be 2, 3 launches in one day. But after the 14th, we'll focus on the communities. That's the electorate in each of the communities in the 21.
Okay, we'll still come back to look at how effective your strategy of the enlightenment is. Okay. But Mr. Nkedi, if I want to bring you in now, how far has INEC, as the main agency in elections, gone in educating the masses?
Thank you very much. It's part of what we are doing here. We are going to tell you what we have in stock, what we are going to do. But let me tell you that starting from Monday next week, we will embark on aggressive voter sensitization and mobilization. On the Monday next week, we are going to invite traditional rulers, all of them, religious leaders. we'll hold an interactive session with the national commissioner in charge of the zone is coming. The REC will talk. In fact, they will give an account of update of our preparations for the election. Starting with that, our jingles are already from in the media. We are going to start our own, translate something into our local language, and then all the media houses, both the radio and television, starting from next week. We are going to hold interactive sessions with civil society organizations, community-based organizations, faith-based organizations. We are going to hold market outreaches. We are going to have road shows, all aimed at educating and mobilizing the people towards effective participation in the election. But most importantly, I want to talk is on this issue of permanent voters card. Shortly before the Christmas, we took delivery of all manner of permanent voters card. All the people that registered up to 31st August 2018, their cards are now readily available and are there at the LGA levels. I'm calling on our people, please go and collect your card. Your card is ready, waiting for you at the local government level. And the commission is planning, maybe next week or next 2 weeks, to decentralize the collection and distribution at the ward level. As soon as Abuja gives us date, we will make it known to the public. This is a very vital part of the whole enlightenment, because without the permanent voters card, you will not vote.
Yes.
Unless you have the PVC, there is no way you will vote in the election. So it's very, very important. So I'm calling on our people, please, especially now that people are at home during this festive period, go to our LGA offices. They are open, and collect your permanent voters card. Then as soon as Abuja gives us date for moving down to the ward level, we equally let them know. This is the first and most important part of the whole enlightenment.
This question is for both of you, like I said before I came to you. The effectiveness of the strategy that has been adopted, you talked about interactions with civil society organizations and flagging off of those campaigns at local government and community levels. But we've seen this kind of programs go on over and over again. But on election day, we still see that people are not properly educated in the process. I had an experience. I monitored the election in, I think, November 17, the gubernatorial election. I met a woman who came with a temporary voter card to vote on that day. And she was so mad that she wasn't allowed to vote. And I felt maybe this is a failure in how we educate our people on this election. Maybe Dr. Nwoji, can you come in first?
I will not say that the entire process hasn't been effective. What I may say about the instance you gave, if a voter goes to the station with a temporary voter card instead of a permanent voter card, probably the person didn't know when the exercise was going on to go and get a permanent, if the PVC that is needed. But talking about the entire exercise generally, I mean, I would say it's been effective. And we have, like he mentioned, despite these flag-offs, we have engagement with bodies, groups, and organizations. He mentioned the traditional rulers. We have a session with them usually because they are very effective in transmitting whatever messages we give them to their subjects. We engage the CSOs. They have their ways of equally communicating with those people who the electorate and everything. And I would say it's been effective, except in cases of people who really do not want something good. There are people who educate them, enlighten them, sensitize them for ages. On that day, he or she would want to engage on something untoward. That is a different group. Either for minor locals, some money has been given to him or her. The person insists, I'm going to do the wrong thing. So that's, I mean, for the security agencies to handle and everything. But generally, Nigerians have been reacting favorably and positively to the election guidelines and the rules, honestly.
Okay, Mr. Nkedi.
We've mapped out a lot of strategies. We are going to hold interactive sessions, both at the state level and at the local government level. We are going to go hold market outreaches. We are going to visit all the markets in Anambra State. Starting from Onitsha, Ekulobia, Ekoka, we'll be there. We have mapped out all these strategies. And then road shows. Starting from next week, you will see us in action.
Yeah.
And I'm calling on the media to equally help us. We are going to place our jingles, our posters, everything. I'm calling on the media because without voter education, the whole process might be. You see, last election, we recorded a very high number of invalid votes. This time around, we are going to do more.
Yes, it's the discussion segment on Good Morning Anambra, and we are looking at voter education and enlightenment. We started with how INEC is prepared for the February 16 and March 2nd elections that are coming up very soon. We just have days to both elections. And I am David Okwasile. IJ is with me.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. Welcome.
Also joining us in the studio to look at the issue is Mr. Leo Nkedife, Head of Voter Education and Publicity at the Independent National Electoral Commission, State Anambra State. Welcome again.
Thank you.
And also Dr. Charles Nwoji, State Director, National Orientation Agency.
Thank you.
Welcome. Before we went on that break, we were looking at how effective the processes have been engaged by the two agencies in educating the masses, and you wanted to say something.
Yeah, a while ago he mentioned something about the focus being on PVC collection. Another interesting area of focus in this sensitization is reduction of the need to reduce the incidence of vote buying and selling, ensuring that the election is free and not only free but violence free. You understand what I mean? Those two areas are areas we must pay key attention, and then reduction in the incidence of voided votes.
Your responsibility too.
In NOA, of course, you sensitize people to do what they ought to do to ensure that votes are not voided. INEC is a technical partner in this. INEC should tell them. But when we go out to help as a stakeholder, we equally let people know how to vote and vote correctly. A political party may amass a lot of supporters. If you don't actually guide them properly, at the end of the day, you may not get out of 10 valid votes out of the 100.
Out of the hundreds. Okay, let's look at what I feel is your major job in this topic now, which is like you have just said, you may have a very large people following you,
yes,
but few of them having even voters card to start with. Not to talk of how to vote. Because only when you have the voters card, then you know how to use it.
Yes.
So, but I know I was listening to one national INEC officer the other day. He was talking about the quantity of the voter card that has not been collected. And we have just a few weeks to the election.
Yes.
What is your agency doing to ensure that these cards are collected?
Actually, NOA does not issue voter cards, but if Leo will bear me witness, I called him a couple of days back. I wanted to know exactly how many cards are still with INEC so that I can use these figures in my sensitization work. And he gave them to me. He should be here he's here to say it, but the truth is there are still cards uncollected. And we are appealing to people who registered, even those people who registered on the 31st of August. Is it?
2018.
2018, yes.
The last day.
The last day. The cards are out. People must make efforts. INEC is not going to deliver these cards to their homes. They go to the local government headquarters offices and so on. INEC is even devising other processes of decentralizing the collection.
for
Yes,
INEC.
yes.
But I mean for National Orientation
Yes.
Agency. If INEC cannot go house to house to tell people to
Yes.
go and collect, to give cars to the people, can't NOA go to houses to tell people to go and collect their cars?
We cannot go.
That is
We
part of the
cannot go
enlightenment we're talking
from
about.
house to house. The same way INEC cannot go. I'm not trying to shake responsibility, but all I'm saying is we're already in the field. I told you we started in October, and usually our packages are omnibus. While we are appealing to the electorate to participate in the election, we equally let you know that your passport to that election is the PVC. You should go to your local government headquarters to collect if you have not collected, and so forth. We've been doing that, and we started
Thank you
since
very much.
October.
Let's hear from
Yes,
you. What
yeah.
efforts you are putting in place to make sure that those cars are disbursed?
Yes. Earlier than now, last year, I remembered we've done a lot. We photocopied we scanned all the cards. Local government by local government, word by word. Gave it to the traditional rulers of the various communities, to the president generals of the various communities.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, David Okopati. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year.
Same here.
I'm saying about the election matter.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
About the election matter, you know.
You didn't tell us your name. Excuse me,
They
tell
are
us your name.
sharing voter card. Each duty, each office, going around to each office, giving them voter card. Ndị ọcha ndị Igbo, ndị ọcha dị organize na-eke ha n'okwu. Mana anyị n'ụwa ego ndị Igbo, anyị anụkọta ọnụ. Now, after open secret ballot, how can we educate people in rural areas for them to when you give an irritated a voter's card, you know, to vote, typically, and we will not know where to, put finger. We have to educate ourselves. I am a total following people.
Okay.
No one know that organized. There are no voter's card. So, anyway, Madagascar, 500 naira, take away voter's card. Due to something that happened in this country, because the poor people are not enjoying the dividends of democracy.
All right, thank you.
Now,
Okay, thank you.
nke a ga-atọ votu, nke a ga-atụ mmecha ya, ụzọ aga arụ, nke aga arụ, ọdịde discourage. Ọ ga-adị mma ka ejire n'ụlọ ndị dị kọnsa INEC dịka otu ndị ọcha na-esi eme ke n'ụlọ ka onye ọbụla voters card abụ Chidozie from Oka.
Thank you, Chidozie from Oka. Okay, thank you very much. Chidozie from Oka,
Before we
thank you
continue,
very much.
let me
Yes.
chip in something. It's not only those that registered afresh that their cards are available.
Yes.
Those that applied for intra and interstate transfer, their cards are equally out. Those who lost their cards, the new ones are there. Those whose cards were defaced or destroyed, we've reprinted it. All of them are available. All the cards,
They get them.
yes, they are right now in our local government area offices. Like I said earlier, the commission is planning to decentralize the distribution to the ward level. But by the time Abuja gives us date, we'll let you know, so that they will be nearer to the people. But then it behoves our people to mobilize everyone. If you've collected your own, you tell the next person, go and collect your cards. So it's a collective responsibility. It's not just for INEC or NOAA.
Hello. Okay, sorry about that. Collective responsibility. I know during the governorship elections that some PGs mobilized, okay, to take their people, maybe hire buses, carry people from villages, and get to the INEC offices and start, collecting their cars. Can't we do something like that now? And then in the past, excuse me, I know that there are this, I don't know whether they're from INEC or wherever, but I know that there are these people that distribute cars, even in the offices. They collect all the cars belonging to the ABS staff because of the address that is there, and they come to ABS and give it to you in your office. It's not difficult. Can't we do it
By
again?
law, collection of PVCs is not by proxy.
Well, why is that way?
you must come physically in person to collect your card. Even if you mobilize the entire community, we cannot give it to anybody to pass it on to somebody. So that is the law, and we are not ready to bend that rules. Let me give you an instance. In Anocha local government, there was this one civil society organization that wrote to us to partner with us in this area of distribution of permanent voters card, asking us that they provided vehicles every day. They come to our office, collect our staff. The person in charge of the ward will go to a particular ward. Then they will be there mobilizing the people to come and collect it right there in the community. So we are still encouraging community leaders.
Is that one on now?
Yeah, it's on. And it worked out in Anocha local government. So a lot of strategies could be developed. It's not just about talking. You can on your own, at your own community level, initiate an action. Come to us, we agree with you. Our staff will go there with you, and then you give out these cards.
All right. Still on this,
PGs.
okay.
They've been engaged in this. You may make inquiries and find out. NOA has engaged the PGs, not only in collection of cards, similar programs. Yes. We use them. Yes, we use them.
Still on this, there was an issue one of the callers raised. You said it is not collected by proxy, but tribal and ethnic sentiments usually come up on this issue every time it's mentioned. Some people will tell you in North, people are giving their cards at home to make it more effective for their people to vote. For you here, it seems, does the rule change when it comes to Southern Nigeria?
Well, I'm not aware of
The rules
what you
change.
just said. The much I know is that
No, he didn't just say it.
we
The
don't
caller
give out-
said it.
said,
The
yes,
caller
we don't
had
give
it.
out these cards by proxy. That is our own rule, and that is what we are doing. But we could, like I said, move down to every community.
To the
Maybe
wards,
our staff,
and
if you're able to
every-
mobilize them, they will follow you. Maybe to the various sections of the community. But then the people must come out to collect the card as far
Collect
as
their
we
cards.
are
Ensure the
concerned.
cards get to the appropriate owners.
Okay, and I'd like to
Yeah,
find out
because
from the
once you collect your
National
card, you
Orientation
can print
Agency.
showing that it's collected.
Okay,
It's
sir.
not just giving it out to you.
Do you think you have really done enough enlightenment for people to go and collect their cards, one, and then participate in the elections?
I will simply say it's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
How
and I
far
told-
have you gone?
Yeah, I told, before you joined us, I mentioned that we started since October. Civic education and what do you call it, voter education commenced in October. We've done it for 3 months. We've been to the 3 senatorial zones to test the ground and let people know this is what is coming.
How do you do it? Let us into this.
Okay, we engage the PG of the particular town in the local government. Like for Nnewi, we used Nnewi North. For Anambra South, Central Oka, and then North Onitsha. The last one was on the 18th of December. We write letters inviting representatives of groups, unions, and everything. We use our officer in the local government to ensure that these letters are delivered. We get the PGs to invite at least 10 persons from their own communities, guilds, associations, and everything. They come together. We get a resource person to talk on a particular area. Like I told you, the emphasis on the current exercise, one on vote buying and selling, which is a new thing entirely. Vote buying and selling, ensuring that there is a peaceful election, violence-free, and then thirdly, voided votes and everything.
Like, have you been to the churches, to the village square, to meetings like this period that a whole lot of meetings
Yes.
are going on?
Thanks for that
That's what
question.
expect
I
from
told
the
you
agency.
that after the senatorial flag off, between 7th, that's Monday, and 14th, this month, we will kick off the exercises in the local government. Then our SMOs, that's social mobilization officers and COMOs in the local government, will now do the footwork now to the churches, religious houses, and markets.
And markets.
It's not for the state apparatus will just go to one community and go to their church. That's the primary duty of the
COMOs and SMOs. Okay, still on this issue of voter
Fortunately
education.
for us in INEC, we now have voter education officers at all the LGS.
Okay.
So that is going to make the penetration deeper.
Yeah.
It's not just talking at the
yes,
at the state level.
Yes, there was a question I wanted to ask.
At the state level, they will replicate it at the
it seems this is predicating another one. Looking at both of you, it seems the cooperation is good at state level. Yes. I want to know, what's the cooperation like at those grassroots levels between NOA and INEC, and maybe other agencies that are participating in voter education?
To me, it's very, very cordial and symbiotic. We are sister agencies.
He just told me before I walked into the studio, there was a document I needed to have. I told him, without you saying it, I said, as soon as I finish here, I come over to INEC and pack. That was the guidelines and everything. Whatever we do not know, like I wanted to address an audience, I didn't have the figures. I simply called, what is this, what is this, what's this? And he supplied it immediately. That's the way we work. It's been quite a smooth process.
Now, I want to bring in the first question I wanted to ask about how are you educating security agencies? Because when we talk about voter education and enlightenment, the safety or how safe the voter feels during, before and during the elections, especially in the presence of security men, will also engender a free, fair, and credible elections. How are you getting security agencies and their personnel to become aware of how they treat the ordinary citizen before and during elections?
I said something about the focus of the present campaign.
If you might permit me.
Okay.
We have a lot in terms of voter education and enlightenment. Let us be taking it bit by bit. I will be coming here every week. In fact, twice, just like him. My Honorable Resident Electoral Commissioner will be coming, both the radio session and the TV session. You see, we have a lot to enlighten the people on. How to vote correctly, how to take care of their security. Let us not try to
pack everything together.
If you wouldn't mind, I would like us to talk more on this issue of permanent voters card, because that is what is at stake now. You know, we are going to stop giving it out, collection, on the 8th of February, a week to the election. So everything about giving out collection of permanent voters card will stop on the 8th of February.
But do you have security agencies and their personnel in your lineup of activities?
Yes. I told you the thrust of the present campaign, which I mentioned, vote by voided votes and violence-free election.
Okay.
If a resource person is talking to an audience, we address that issue.
Okay.
Because how violent or otherwise an election or an exercise is dependent on how the enlightenment you give to the security agencies. So we are aware of that.
In addition to that, let me remind you that we have in place what we call Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security.
Yes.
Okay.
Made up of the police, the DSS, INEC, Immigration, Customs, NDLEA, talk of it. We meet regularly in our office. But the Commissioner of Police is the chairman of the, co-chaired by our resident electoral. There we brief them, we give them facts and figures about the election, and we tell them what their roles should be, what they are expected to do, what they are not expected to do.
Okay.
But by and large, I want to tell people that they should not fear the security agency. They are there to protect them, not to intimidate or harass them. Once you arm yourself with your permanent voters card, come to the polling units. The police are there for your protection and protection of the election materials and the officials. They are not there to harass or intimidate you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leon Kedife. We'll take that as your final words. Dr. Moji,
yes,
in 30 seconds, your final words to our viewers.
Nigerians should get their loins go out there, discharge their civic responsibilities, and I think 2019 general election is going to be violence-free. Yes.
All right.
A lot of issues to still talk about this, but don't worry, since you're coming back, we'll always be here waiting for you. Okay, now.
All right. This is where we draw the curtains for the first discussion segment on Good Morning Anambra. We talked about voter education and enlightenment, and we had Mr. Leon Kedife, Head of Voter Education and Publicity, INEC Anambra State, joining us on the show. Thank you for coming. And also Dr. Charles Nwoji, State Director, National Orientation Agency. Thank you once again. Stay tuned with us. Good Morning Anambra continues right after now.